Ako po ay isang pulis na nanilbihan ng mahaba at tapat para tulungang masawata ang iligal na droga sa ating bansa. Matagal po akong naging anti-narcotics operative at natalaga po ako bilang Deputy Director ng PNP Anti-Illegal Drug Group at PNP Drug Enforcement Group. Ako din po ang parehong Police Colonel Eduardo Asierto na matagal nang ipinapahanap at ipinapapatay ng dating Pangulong Duterte sa militar. Papatay po ako ni Duterte dahil natalisod ko at pinaimbestigahan ko sila Michael Yang.
Mr. Chairman. So, sige, Congressman Acop, and then Congressman Dan Fernandez, and then we proceed with the Zoom presentation. Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're talking about Mr. Michael Yang. May I ask if a subpoena was issued to Mr. Michael Yang? In the last hearing, we approved on motion of a member of this committee that we issue a subpoena for Mr. Michael Yang. Have we done that?
Comsec, please reply.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, sir, we have issued a subpoena. This was dated June 24, 2024. And this was received by a certain Mr. Cedric Sidenio, receptionist of the Fortune Santos Law Office. Date of receipt is July 4, 2024 at 2:44 p.m.
And yet, today, when he's supposed to appear pursuant to that subpoena, Mr. Yang is not present.
Yes, sir.
And pursuant also to our protocols, in our inquiry in aid of legislation, if a person does not appear pursuant to a subpoena, then we can move, if we have a quorum, to cite that person in contempt. Would that be correct?
I believe so, sir, according to our rules.
Mr. Chair, do we have a quorum this morning as of now?
Yes, Congressman Acop, there is a quorum. In addition to the 8 members who are present, both in Zoom and physically present in today's hearing, we have an additional member who just arrived, Congresswoman Jinky Luistro, who is also present. Therefore, the number of attendees in this committee hearing
Is 10.
10 members present.
May I move then, Mr. Chair, that we cite Mr. Michael Yang in contempt for continuously being absent in spite of the subpoena, in spite of the invitation given him. So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a motion to cite in contempt a resource person who has not appeared before this committee despite several invitations and despite a show cause order being demanded from him. Since he is not present, pursuant to our rules on Section 11, if I may read, the committee may punish any person for contempt by a vote of 2/3 of the members present. We have a quorum. We have 10 members present, which is more than 2/3. And citing the violation committed by Mr. Michael Yang on Section 11, Paragraph A, refusal without legal excuse to obey summons and invitation. Mr. Michael Yang in contempt. And duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the committee is now citing in contempt Mr. Michael Yang.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Congressman Dan Fernandez.
Mr. Chair, I think let us not belabor Mr. Attorney Fortuno of his presence on our hearing anymore. Since according to him naman that his client, Mr. Michael Yang, is not in contact with him for 2 years already. And I think Mr. Michael Yang is not interested on trying to contact his lawyer. So I think the presence of Attorney Fortuno here is not needed at this point of time. So, Mr. Chair, I move that we excuse Attorney
Mr. Chairman.
matter.
Okay, before we rule on that motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez, Congressman Paduano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, before I make a manifestation with regards to the statement made by Attorney Fortune, Mr. Chairman, the first motion was already approved, citing contempt Mr. Michael Yang. So we have to move for another motion. For how long and where to detain
Mr. Michael Yang. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I move that we detain Mr. Michael Yang for 30 days. And same as in the case of Mayor Ponsalan, he was cited in contempt and was detained in Bicutan, Mr. Chairman. So move, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, before I rule again on that, let me dispose first of the first motion by Congressman Dan Fernandez. His motion is to excuse the counsel appearing for and on behalf of Mr. Michael Yang. Since we will not be anymore asking questions to him, so there is a motion to excuse Mr. Attorney Raymond Fortun in our today's hearing. Hearing no objection, duly seconded.
Before I second the motion of Chairman Dan Fernandez, as I've said, I just make a short manifestation with regards to the statement made by Attorney Fortun. Attorney Fortun is claiming to represent Michael Yang, but he never talked, he never seen the subject of this investigation for 2 years. How can he represent a person without talking? No. Now, the authority that was given to him, sabi niya nga, Michael Yang, but of course, he talked to the members of the corporations, representing Paili Holdings Corporation. Eh, magkakasunugan na to. Kasi, if I will ask, are you, Attorney Fortun, are you at liberty of telling the, testifying this committee, who are those people in this corporation that you have submitted to us? The following group of companies, Paili Holdings Corporation, Paili State Group Corporation, and all other subsidiaries.
Mr. Chairman, I can duly inform you that the person who I tried to reach was via a cell phone, and that this is the cell phone of the legal department of Paili Holdings.
Oh, yun na naman, legal department. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, I will not be able on that. So I second the motion of Attorney Dan Fernandez to excuse Attorney Fortun in this particular hearing.
Okay, there is a motion, duly seconded. Hearing no objection, the motion of Congressman Dan Fernandez is approved.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Permission to leave.
With respect to the, Attorney Fortun, you are excused. With respect to the motion by Congressman Paduano, specifying the penalty that will be imposed on Mr. Michael Yang, pursuant to our rules on Section 12, it says by a vote of 2/3 of the members present, there being a quorum, those cited under Section 11, in this case, Section 11, Paragraph A, shall be detained for a period not exceeding 10 days in a place designated by the chairperson or acting chairperson under the custody of the Sergeant at Arms. The pleasure of the committee is now being asked, but before we finally rule on this, if I may ask Congressman Paduano, the movant of the motion, to allow the chair to dispose your motion relative to the penalty that will be imposed on Mr. Michael Yang before we adjourn in our today's committee hearing. Would that be all right?
I don't have a problem with that, Mr. Chairman. The problema natin is the quorum.
We have a quorum. Yeah, we have a quorum, and quorum has been established, and this has,
Of course, the votes will be counted based on the votes of each individual members, Mr. Chairman. And baka po pagdating ng dulo, wala na tayong quorum.
that is correct, Congressman Paduano. That's why we ask the members present and those in Zoom to please manifest your vote to the committee secretary. Please, Comsec, please record the votes. But we shall rule on that before we adjourn our committee hearing today. So the motion is to impose a penalty of detention at for 30 days. Yeah, for 30 days at Bicutan City Jail. At Bicutan City Jail to Mr. Michael Yang. Okay, so Comsec, please get the votes of our honorable members. Yes, Congressman Dan Fernandez.
In addition with that, Mr. Chairman, since itong travel dates that was submitted to us in accordance with the travel of Mr. Michael Yang, his last travel was May 12, 2024. Flight number EK335, Manila to Dubai. And these travel dates were never been updated. So may we ask the immigration, the DOJ, or the Interpol, if possible, and also the PNP, to be aware of the decision of this committee with regards to the contempt that we issued.
Yeah, thank you, Congressman Dan Fernandez. Yes, we will ask the committee secretary to closely coordinate with the agencies involved in the implementation of the contempt and the penalties thereof pursuant to the rules of the House of Representatives. So we may now proceed with the presentation of...
Mr. Chairman, just admin matters lang po.
Okay.
Before we proceed with the presentation of some resource persons. Mr. Chairman, as you have mentioned, Mr. Edi Tumang is in the Zoom. Now, tanong po, Mr. Chairman, why? Why we allow Mr. Tumang to be in the Zoom while other resource persons are here physically present, Mr. Chairman? And in the previous hearings, not only in this committee, and that includes my committee, well, if I have again a schedule on next week, laging physically present si Mr. Tumang. Now, do we allow Mr. Tumang to answer questions in the Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor. We will ask for his answers or reply to our questions while he is in Zoom. I was informed that this morning through the COMSEC that the former mayor, Mayor Teddy Tumang, is under the weather, and we cannot really force him to come here because this committee is very considerate to the human frailty, so to speak. But definitely in our subsequent hearings, we will demand that the resource persons be present in our subsequent hearings of this committee.
Normally,
I hope that explains and would suffice the question of Congressman Paduano.
Anyway, we will ask former Mayor Tumang during the committee deliberation. Now, next, Mr. Chairman, is the barangay captain of which is involved in the construction of some buildings and properties of Willie Ong is present. Certain barangay captain Bautista. Is he present?
Yes, he was invited, Congressman Paduano. In fact, he is present.
Ayun. Can we ask, Mr. Chairman, can we ask to take a seat?
Kap, pwede bang dito kayo umupo sa harapan? Before that, before we continue, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of our Vice Chair, Congressman.
A while ago, Chairman Paduano was asking yung the reason for the, Mayor Tumang to be present via Zoom. May we ask also that he submit a medical certificate regarding his condition, kasi it might be the practice of the different resource speakers to attend via Zoom na lang po, at we don't want to take that as a precedent. So hopefully by next time we can submit a medical certificate pertaining to his condition.
Yes, Congressman Dan Fernandez, we will make sure that Mr. Tumang will be informed and advised. So, Kapitan, Ramon Bautista. Okay. Okay, so is the Zoom ready? So, I was informed that Colonel Eduardo Asierto, the former Deputy Director of the Philippine National Police Drug Enforcement Group, is present in Zoom and has requested this committee to allow him to make a presentation. So, COMSEC and the Secretariat, can you please...
Yeah.
Colonel Eduardo Asierto, are you on Zoom already?
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Chairman.
Pakiayos nyo lang yung volume. Yung aming previous committee hearings dito sa Committee on Dangerous Drugs, House of Representatives, ay nagkaroon ng isang motion na imbitahan kayo, no, na mag-appear dito sa committee ito to shed light on the alleged involvement of a certain Mr. Michael Yang, who was allegedly identified as a drug lord. Dahil meron ho kayong mga interviews, meron ho kayong mga social media posts na kung saan meron kayong binabanggit na Mr. Michael Yang, no? Gusto lamang pong malaman ng committee ito kung parehas ba yung Michael Yang nating pinag-uusapan, na kung saan meron kaming nakita sa aming investigasyon dito na a certain Michael Yang na nagmamay-ari ng isang korporasyon ay konektado doon sa Empire 999 na korporasyon din na kung saan siya ang nagmamay-ari ng warehouse dyan sa Mexico, Pampanga, na meron pong naglalaman po ng 560 kilos of shabu. So, dahil po sa information na nakikita at naririnig namin na inyong sinasabi sa inyong mga interviews, gusto namin matanong kayo directly. So, we will allow you to make your presentation and then allow us as well to propound questions after you make your presentations. Okay po ba yan?
Opo, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, maraming salamat po. So, please proceed with your presentation. Ay, by the way, pwede ho namin kayong i-place under oath para ho lahat po ng inyong sasabihin sa committee ito ay pawang katotohanan lamang po na inyong sinusumpaan.
Opo.
Okay. Comsec, please administer the oath of Colonel Eduardo Asierto.
Please raise your hand, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this congressional inquiry?
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
do.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Colonel Asierto. Please proceed with your presentation.
Kung pwede po sana magbigay mo na ako ng opening statement.
Yes, please, please.
Salamat po. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Police Colonel Eduardo Asierto. Ako po ay isang pulis na nanilbihan ng mahaba at tapat para tulungang masawata ang illegal na droga sa ating bansa. Matagal po akong naging anti-narcotics operative at natalaga po ako bilang Deputy Director ng PNP Anti-Illegal Drug Group at PNP Drug Enforcement Group. Ako din po ang parehong Police Colonel Eduardo Asierto na matagal nang ipinapahanap at ipinapapatay ng dating Pangulong Duterte sa militar at sa kapwa ko pulis. Pinapapatay po ako ni Duterte dahil natalisod ko at pinaimbestigahan ko sila Michael Yang at Alan Lim na malapit nilang kaibigan ni Senator Bongo. Ako po at kasamahan kong si Police Captain Lito Perote ang nakadiskubre ng mga illegal na aktibidad at gumawa ng report tungkol kay Michael Yang at Alan Lim, mga personalidad sa illegal na droga na laging nakikitang nakasama ni Pangulong Duterte at Senator Go. Yung kasamahan ko pong si Police Captain Perote ay dinuko po sa lobby ng isang hotel sa Bacolod ng 5 armadong kalalakihan na nakasuot ng bonnet at bulletproof vest. Meron din po silang mga lookout sa labas. Hindi na po makita hanggang ngayon si Perote at malamang patay na si Perote. Matagal na po akong natatakot para sa aking buhay dahil ako ay pinapapatay ni Duterte. Sila po ay ma-impluwensya hanggang ngayon. Pero this has got to stop. Tapos na ang maliligayang araw ni Duterte, Bongo at Bato de la Rosa. Panahon na po siguro ngayon na magtiwala sa ating pamahalaan. Nakita ko po na sa panahon ni Pangulong Marcos nagkaroon ng hustisya sa kaso ni Senator Laila de Lima. Nanalangin po ako na sana din magkaroon ng hustisya ang aking kaso at magkaroon ng accountability sa mga kasalanan ni Duterte, Bongo at Bato de la Rosa. Isama na rin natin si Aaron Aquino, si Oscar Albayalde at Wilkins Villanueva. Dapat na silang usigin ng batas. Dapat malaman ng tao ang kanilang kasamaan. Panahon na ng paniningil. Gusto ko pong ilinaw ang aking mga nalaman sa atraso sa bayan nila Duterte, Bongo at Bato de la Rosa. Gusto ko din pong bigyan linaw ang mga akusasyon na ibinabato nila sa akin ni Duterte at mga kampo nito. At upang ipaliwanag sa mga kapwa ko Pilipino kung gaano tayo niloko sa mga kasinungalingan ng gobyernong Duterte. Unang-una sa lahat, huwag sana kayong maniniwala sa mga ipinupukol sa akin ng mga kasinungalingan. Hindi po ako protektor ng sindikato ng droga. Hindi ako kidnapper. Wala akong dinukot o pinaransom ng mga drug personalities. lalo na ang mga Chinese. Hindi ako involved sa pagdukot at pagpatay sa Koreanong si GTQ. Hindi ako nag-smuggle ng AK-47 at lalong hindi ako nagbigay ng baril sa NPA. Hindi ko inagaw ang search warrant operation sa Dongboy Laboratory. Mamaya bibigyan linaw ko ang mga intelligence report ko. Ang dahilan kung bakit ako ginigipit ni Duterte. At bibigyan linaw ko din yung raid namin sa Davao noong gabi ng December 31, 2004. Hindi ko alam noon. Papala tayo pinagloloko ni Duterte. Ang utos pa nga ni Duterte ay sunugin ang Shabu Laboratory, pero hindi ako pumayag. Sinabi ko na ito dati. Ako ay nalulungkot kasi umabot ng ilang taon bago ko maihalad ang aking panig. Noong 2017, lumapit ako sa Senado kay Senator Gordon noon upang ilantad ang aking intelligence report. Pero imbis na ako ang pakinggan, itinago lang ang aking report at hindi isinapubliko. At ako pa ang pinalabas na protektor ng droga sa report ng Senate Blue Ribbon. Hindi siya nakinig sa akin kung ano man ang dahilan niya dahil sa pagsipsip noon kay Duterte. Si Duterte ang pinanigan niya dahil sa kanyang railroaded Senate investigation laban sa akin. Ako ay wrongly nadiin at ako ay kinasuhan. Ginawa akong drug lord kahit ako ay nagtatrabaho lamang. Sa totoo lang, kung hindi itinago ang intelligence report ko kay Michael Yang at Alan Lim, baka hindi nangyari ang korupsyon ng Parmali. Walang nanakaw na pera ng bayan. Hindi nalagay sa panganib ang buhay ng mga healthcare workers dahil sa delayed, substandard, o expired na face mask at face shield. Baka hindi sana maraming namatay na Pilipino. Napakaswerte nila Michael Yang at Alan Lim. Hindi nila kailangang idepensa ang sarili nila. Kasi si Atty. Duterte at mga alipores niya ang abogado at tagapagtanggol nila. Wala po akong plano magtago o tumakas o hindi panindigan ang aking intelligence report. 3 beses po akong umattend sa Senate Blue Ribbon hearing. Noong una, may catheter pa ako noon. Yung pangalawa, late afternoon sa opisina ni Senator Gordon sa Blue Ribbon. Ibigay ko kay Senator Gordon ang report tungkol kay Michael Yang at Alan Lim. May mga stenographer doon at napakaraming abogado at staff ni Senator Gordon. So may hearing na nangyari doon. At nag-oath ako doon. May minutes pa nga yun, hearing na yon. Yung pangatlo, nung scheduled Blue Ribbon hearing na last kong sa mga sumunod na hearing, hindi na po ako naka-attend dahil pinapapatay na ako at takot po ako para sa aking buhay. Tao lang po ako. Siguro naman, kung ngayon, nakikita nyo na nagsasabi ako ng katotohanan at lumalabas na ang katotohanan at ang kawalang hiyaan ni Duterte. Sana ma-dismiss na po yung kaso na ipinahil laban sa akin. Hindi po ako drug lord. Sina Michael Yang at Alan Lim at yung mga protector nito na sila Albayalde, Aaron Aquino, Wilkins Villanueva, Bato de la Rosa, Bongo at Presidente Duterte. Tuloy po ang paghahanap sa akin para patayin upang itago ang katotohanan. Maaring mapatay nila ako, pero ang katotohanan ay hindi mapapatay o maitatago. Nakikiusap po ako sa taong bayan. Magising at mamulat na po tayo sa mga kasinungalingan at korupsyon ng gobyernong Duterte. Kapag namulat ka na sa katotohanan, kasalanan na ang kumikit. At sana panagutin na po natin si Duterte, si Bongo, si Bato de la Rosa, si Aaron Aquino, Wilkins Villanueva, at Oscar Albayalde sa kanilang mga kasalanan sa bayan. Handa po akong tumulong para sila ay mapanagot. Umasa po ako na sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Marcos ay magiging accountable na ang mga tunay na nagkasala sa bayan, si Duterte, Bongo, at Bato de la Rosa. Ibinenta tayo ni Duterte sa China. Siya ay taksil sa Pilipino. Si Duterte, Bongo, at Bato de la Rosa ay taksil sa taong bayan. Bago po ako magpatuloy, gusto ko lang po ding ilahad sa inyo na yung mga kasama ko sa trabaho na humarap sa Senate Blue Ribbon hearing, si Captain Perote, si Master Sergeant Jerry Liwanag, kasama na din si Director Pajardo, lahat ay patay na. Silang lahat ay pawang mga inosente at walang kasalanan. Matitino po silang mga pulis at tapat sa kanilang tungkulin. Si Master Sergeant Jerry Liwanag ipinagbabaril at napatay sa Bulacan. Si Director Pajardo namatay na mag-isa sa ibang bansa. Si Captain Perote hanggang ngayon nawawala at patay na. Humihingi ako ng pasensya sa mga pamilya, sa pamilya nila dahil namatay at nagdamay sila sa akin. Uulitin ko, sila ay inosente at matitinong pulis. Ako din po ay inosente. Ginawang punching bag at kulgay ni Duterte, Bongo, at Bato de la Rosa. Dahil sa bata nila, si Michael Yang. Humihingi din ako ng pasensya sa aking mga tauhan na naipit din sa pangyayaring ito. Sorry kung naipit kayo sa serbisyo ninyo. Meron po akong timeline para ipe-present mamaya. At ako din po ay handang sumagot sa inyong mga katanungan. Pwede ko na pong i-present yung aking timeline.
O sige, medyo mahaba yung inyong opening remarks. Na binitawan nyo. Kami ho dito sa committee ay gusto lamang namin malaman yung katotohanan dito sa iniimbestigahan nating Shabu, na kung saan maaring merong link yung a certain Mr. Michael Yang. At hopefully, yung inyong mga sinabi kanina ay meron ho kayong mga ebidensya na maaring ma-share sa committee ito para mapatunayan po natin na ang inyong binitawan mga seryosong mga aligasyon ay kaya pong panindigan. So we will now give you time to make your presentation, and pagkatapos po niyan ay kami po ay magtatanong sa inyo. Yes, you may proceed.
Opo, handa po. Sisimulan ko po ito dun sa December 31, 2004 kung saan ni-raid namin yung Shabu Laboratory sa Davao, sa Domoy. Noong panahon na yon, ang identified lang namin ay si Alan C. Kasi siya yung lagi nagpupunta sa laboratory. Si Johnson Chua, na identified na owner at financier, ay hindi namin nakikita na pumapasok sa laboratory. Pero yung bahay niya, alam namin kung saan, sa Davao City. Pero during that time, hindi namin siya kilala. Si Michael Yang naman ay hindi namin nakita during the surveillance sa Davao noong December 24. Nagsimula po kami mag-surveillance sa Domoy is ng late October. At na-full-time kami ng full-time surveillance noong November hanggang December, hanggang sa dismantle namin siya. Si Michael Yang, talagang hindi siya nakita ron. Hindi namin siya nakita. Kasi ang participation ni Michael Yang during that time is siya ang sumalubong ng 2 container ng mga equipment at chemicals na galing ng Pulyok Port sa Cotabato City. Siyang tumangga, siya nag-ayos, at siya nag-atid sa iba-ibang lugar. Hinatid niya sa Cagayan de Oro at doon sa Domoy. Yan ang participation ni Michael Yang sa Davao Laboratory noong 2004. Noong April 2016, una kong narinig o unang nireport sa akin ng aking asset, si Michael Yang. Ipinakita sa akin ng aking asset yung picture ni Michael Yang, ni Duterte at ni Bongo sa loob ng eroplano. Yung pong nakikita nyo, yan po yung picture na pinakita niya sa akin. Ang sabi niya sa akin dito is si Michael Yang is laging kasama si Ben, presidential candidate Duterte at si Bongo. Nung tinanong ko kung sino si Michael Yang, ang sabi niya, si Michael Yang ay kasama sa Davao Laboratory. Nung makuha ko yan, April 2016, hindi ko masyadong inintinday kasi eleksyon. Pinabayaan ko lang yung information na yon. Pero, at kasama dun sa informasyon na binigay niya is si Michael Yang o alias Ayong. Silang dalawa ang nagtatrabaho, patuloy na nagtatrabaho sa illegal na droga. At sinabi rin niya na si Alan Lim o si Li Wenqiong o Wen Li Chen ay involved sa na-dismantle na Cebu Laboratory sa Cavite noong 2003. So, ang ginawa ko is, kumuha ko ng ebidensya. Ang ebidensya, ang nakuha ko nung noong November 2016, meron, alam na ni Chief De La Rosa during that time, na si Michael Yang at Alan Lim ay may involvement sa droga. At ang sabi niya noon is, imbestigahan mabuti, kumuha ng ebidensya. So, naghanap na kami ng ebidensya, nakuha namin ang court record ni Alan Lim o Wen Li Chen sa Cavite RTC. Ito yung desisyon ng kanyang kaso sa Cavite RTC. Na-dismiss ang kaso niya dahil for by failure to observe Section 21 ng mga police. At ang presiding judge during that time ay yung NBI director ngayon na si Judge Jaime Santiago.